Join us live Monday, January 20th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the return of the Hood Metal Records Livestream Broadcast number 11 with featured guest interview HB the Grizzly. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Morlock Night event in Grand Rapids, Michigan, as well as HMR news, updates, show announcements, and more. So stick around and make sure you tune into this broadcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hello out there. Happy 2025. This is Hood Metal Records Livestream Broadcast. My name is Bihan. I am the owner of Hood Metal Records, and we're nothing gang related. Hood Metal Records is about daring to be different. It's about musical diversity, and we've got a really awesome special episode that's going to be going on. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Morlock Night event that's this Saturday in Grand Rapids, Michigan. We've got a very special featured guest that's in the house that we're going to be interviewing on the broadcast today. And, we're going to be recapping some of the stuff that we've been up to as far as, Hood Metal Records goes. So, I see a couple people starting to tune in. We just started the live stream. So again, thank you and welcome to joining the broadcast, as well as thank you to the future viewers and listeners of this broadcast. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started with the live stream. We're going to talk about kind of what we've been up to, and then we're going to bring on our featured guest during the second portion. And we also have a special ticket giveaway. We're going to be giving away 2 tickets to Morlock Night this Saturday, live at the intersection in Grand Rapids, Michigan. All kinds of dope, awesome artists. We're talking about Double Homicide. We're talking about the Siamese Goat God, Meat Hammer, many more acts that are going to be taking the stage. Knowledge the MC is there, Psychedelic Psychopath, Smoke Chamber, and lots more to come. So, let's talk about what we've been up to as far as in the past, as far as Hood Metal Records go. And, we put on a summer concert event called Summer of Survival. It was our second year that we did Summer of Survival. And we did that at in Millburg. It was at Chief's Bar near Benton Harbor, so on like the west side of Michigan. And if you want to take a look at some of these photos here, this was Summer of Survival 2. It was our second annual event, and we had quite a crowd for this Summer of Survival event. Very happy with the turnout. We had bands like Fear My Reflection that was on the live stream broadcast, the very last episode we did. We had Rise of Red, we had Austerbox, Ingrid Cold, of course, Bihan, myself, and DJ Sickenly Sweet. We were there, and Summer of Survival was packed, and it was hot, and it was one hell of a night. We turned this concert into a benefit concert, and we did a benefit for the Gear family, and there's myself with David Gear. And he also joined me on stage. David unfortunately lost his wife about 6 months ago or more. And, we needed to come together as a local music scene and try to take care of one another and do what we can. So, we did an event shirt. All the bands came together. We paid for the expenses. We put on this massive show in Southwest Michigan. And I'm very happy to report that we raised over $2,500 for the family. And we just, we try to help when we can. We try to do benefits when we can. We try to help those that are in need when we can. And, Summer of Survival was a massive success. And so thank you to all of those that attended Summer of Survival, bought tickets. That was the most tickets we've ever sold to any Hood Metal Records event that we've done in history. So, it's definitely growing. If you guys have followed us, then you guys know that, we like to do little mini tours every now and then. And, we had announced a mini tour this past fall, but unfortunately we had to postpone. Sometimes life happens. Sometimes, there's a lot of things that kind of, don't really go your way. And sometimes the timing doesn't quite work out, due to several unforeseen circumstances consisting of things like unexpected illness, mental and physical health. There were a lot of issues that we had to postpone the tour. One of our tour mates, Ghoul, had become ill, and we didn't want to do the tour without him. And so we've been kind of giving him some time to be able to get some things in order. I'm very happy to report that all of us are doing well. We are all doing much better. And Ghoul wrote a new album during his downtime that's going to be coming out here on January 31st. We do have a preview for that in commercial one. So really excited about that coming up for him and what we have in store for us. We are going to reschedule that tour, and we are currently looking at fall 2025. So that's kind of what we've been up to. Everybody regrouped, everybody took some time to get well, take care of themselves, and that's where we're at right now. So um, guys, we're going to be giving away concert tickets to Morlock Night. That's in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And how you're going to win these tickets is we need to see some comments in the comments section. You're going to choose a number between 1 and 100. And my next guest is going to pick that number. And it's a number between 1 and 100. Whoever gets the number exactly right, or whoever's closest, whoever's first, they're going to win that pair of tickets to the Morlock Night show at the intersection. So, I do want to talk about my guest that we're going to be chatting with here in just a moment. Her name is HB the Grizzly, and we're very, very excited to have her. She's on the Morlock Night show that's coming up this Saturday, and she's currently on standby right now, and we're going to bring her on here shortly. So you guys stick around, hang out. When we come back, we'll be talking with HB the Grizzly. Here's commercial one. We'll be right back.
We'd like to welcome you all to a place.
Hello.
We'd like to welcome you all to a place where dreams become reality. Visit goodandevil.com.
G-E.
All right, guys, and welcome back. If you're just now joining us, we're trying to get HB the Grizzly on the live stream right now. We seem to be having just a little bit of technical difficulty, so we're just going to give her just a few moments here. I see a couple people are commenting. What's going on? Errol Ross, my homie Black Magic the Infidel. I see you. Mike Perez in the house with some fire. What's up, brother? Appreciate you guys tuning into the live stream broadcast. Trying to get HB the Grizzly on the interview portion here. So we got a lot to talk about. We got Morlock Night is coming up this Saturday live in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and it's going to be at the intersection. Yes, sir. It's going to be downtown Grand Rapids, one of the best venues ever. Intersection is totally awesome, man. It's a great place, and I've had some really great moments there as well too. So yeah, but well, how's everybody doing, man? How's everybody? I see we got Travis in the comments. What's up, buddy? Morlock. Let's go ahead and let's get that graphic up for Morlock Records. Let's talk about Morlock Records. These guys have been a staple in the Grand Rapids music scene for about 15 years now. They've been putting on shows, they've been giving artists opportunities to be able to do their thing, and they travel a lot, they tour, they've done really big shows, they've opened for nationals. Morlock Night is definitely something that is no joke. So we definitely are really looking forward to getting to do Morlock Night. And I just want to say a big shout out to Jesse and Travis and Jessica. Thank you so much for the opportunity, allowing us to be able to be a part of Morlock Records. This is their massive event that they put on. I had the opportunity to be able to attend one of their shows this past May, and I was overwhelmed by like this infectious energy that the Morlock shows bring, and I definitely highly recommend that everybody check out Morlock Records for sure. We're getting some more Morlock love in the comments. I see Brad Town. Is it Towns? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But yeah, man, thank you so much for sending Morlock Records some love. You know, that's what we're all here to do as well. Um, Trying to get HB on the live stream, guys. Not really quite sure what's going on. Hoping that we can get in touch with her here really quick. I know she was having just a little bit of technical difficulties, so hopefully we can get her on the show here. But you know what? In the meantime, you know, let's go ahead and we're gonna play one of HB's tracks, you know, and see if we can get a hold of her. All right. So you know, sometimes things happen, but we're gonna do what we got to do. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to play one of HB's songs to kind of keep you guys entertained. We got some songs to play, and we also had a live video clip of hers as well too. So let's go ahead and we're going to check out HB the Grizzly. This song here is called "Bearer of Bad News." Let's check it out.
Welcome to the sickness, kill the only witness when you talk it, but I'm about it. You be on my shit list, get you with the quickness, fuck around, find out what hate truly is. I'm the dark one that they seek. You don't wanna be messing with me. I'll be the very last thing you see, but you read and leave you dripping at the seams. I'm the bearer of bad news, and I choose you, only you. I'm here to fulfill truth, no one saves you, laugh as you lose. You know you can't fight it or deny it, the things that you do. Look in the mirror deep, and you'll see your life looking back at you. Welcome to the sickness, kill the only witness when you talk it, but I'm about it. You be on my shit list, get you with the quickness, fuck around, find out what hate truly is. I'm the dark one that they seek. You don't wanna be messing with me. I'll be the very last thing you see, but you read and leave you dripping at the seams. The faster you grasp that this is the end, the closer to death you'll then be my friend. Slower you breathe, show you're sorry, accept your fate and die with dignity. Never felt this way before when you scream and cry, please no more. One last kiss to send you on your way, straight to hell, won't see heaven's gates. Welcome to the sickness, kill the only witness when you talk it, but I'm about it. You be on my shit list, get you with the quickness, fuck around, find out what hate truly is. I'm the dark one that they seek. You don't wanna be messing with me. I'll be the very last thing you see, but you read and leave you dripping at the seams. Welcome to the sickness, kill the only witness when you talk it, but I'm about it. You be on my shit list, get you with the quickness, fuck around, find out what hate truly is. I'm the sickness that they seek. You don't wanna be messing with me. I'll be the very last thing you see, but you read and leave you dripping at the seams. Faster you grasp that this is the end, the closer to death you'll then be my friend.
All right, and welcome back, guys. Thank you so very much for joining us, and also to the future listeners and viewers of this broadcast for tuning in. We're still trying to get HB the Grizzly back online. We're not really sure what happened, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that track, Bearer of Bad News. We do have another song that we're going to play of HB's, but you know, we're going to switch gears real quick. We want to talk about the Morlock Records show that's going to be going on this Saturday live at the intersection. It's in the Stash, one of the many clubs that now inhabit the mighty world famous intersection. And you know, it's quite a bit of acts that are going to be playing this show. You know, we're talking about, once again, we're talking Double Homicide with Lady. We're talking the Siamese Goat God. We're talking Meat Hammer. We're talking the Psychedelic Psychopaths, HB the Grizzly, of course, Knowledge the MC. We got Smokey the Bear, and Smoke Chamber, Bihan, and many, many more. A couple different opening acts as well too. And looks like Zordon is the DJ, I believe, for this show too. Epidemic is on this as well. I mean, this bill is stacked, guys. And one of the things that I'm really happy about most of all is that um, you know, there's so much talent on this bill. There are so many artists, so many dope, new, fresh artists that are out and about in today's music scene, and you're going to get the chance to be able to witness all these acts. There is one awesome stack show that's going on, and oh, looks like we've got HB back online, so we're going to go ahead and switch gears, guys. Let's get HB up. What's going on, HB the Grizzly?
What's up, yo? How's everyone doing
What's
tonight?
up?
Can you hear
What's
me
up?
well? Can you see me well?
I
Can you
can
see
I
me
can see you good. Can you turn your camera though possibly so you can go full screen?
full screen? Yeah, let me figure this out.
Yeah.
I got an
There you
iFuck
go.
for a phone, man. All
There
right.
you go. There you go.
All right, we're doing the damn thing. So what's up,
All
everybody?
right.
How you doing tonight?
All right. All right. Thank you. Welcome to joining the live stream broadcast. HB the Grizzly. How the hell are you?
Oh my goodness. First day off in 6 days. So yeah, I'm doing
Wow.
great. Yeah, I got some
Wow.
things done today. I've got a lot of exciting things to talk about with y'all tonight. So yeah, it's been a good day. How's your day?
It's been going great. Thanks for asking. And, thank you. Welcome to the live stream broadcast. Thank you for being our guest and joining us. We got a lot to talk about. We want to get some of the viewers familiar with you. We ended up just playing one of your songs, Bearer of Bad News. Talk to me about that
Yes.
song. Where'd you record that at?
Okay, so that was off of my most recent album, the Bad News Bear. There's the
Oh,
last track of the album now. That's kind of supposed to wrap up the whole concept of the album itself, because all my other albums, they're kind of like, I had my first album, which was Wake Up, and that was just like my very beginning. And then I had a prequel to the album, which was a LP, which is probably, it kind of goes more in depth about what Wake Up's all about, the learning steps, the steps that I had to take in order to wake up. And that was called Hibernate. And then I came out with a third album called The Bare Necessities. Now that one was very fun. I had a lot of fun on that album, but this album, the most recent one I just dropped, The Bad News Bear, is probably the hardest damn album I have released out of all of my discography. So I'm
I,
very proud of that project. Yes. And the inspiration behind it, a lot of it has to do with just like, honestly, I kind of got some like inspiration from Scum for this song. Like, I wanted it to be hype, but I wanted it to be edgy and just grit, and it has to keep the crowd going. No one wants to listen to a song that they just lose interest halfway through, man. That one's the type of fucking mosh song. I get people throwing themselves around for that song. So yeah, one of my
that's
favorite fucking
awesome.
tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talk to me about like how you got started with music. How long have you been performing?
Well, that's funny you asked that, because I actually go all the way back from when I was a kid. Like, I was in music theater as a child, but I also was very involved with dance, ballet. I was a company dancer, but I always had a niche for singing. But my biggest love for singing was actually Broadway. I loved the big band. I loved just theatrical, loud,
Oh,
big voices. As you can tell, I'm very fucking loud when I talk. Um, but like Broadway, and honestly, my biggest dream when I was a kid, because I got a full run scholarship to Interlochen. I also got a
okay.
full run scholarship to Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp when I was a kid. Two summers of Blue Lake Fine Arts Camp, which only like the very special gifted kids that get scholarships get to get into. Um, and I didn't have the money to do the Interlochen thing because it was a private school and it was very expensive. And my mom is a single mom of three, but I still
Oh,
managed
wow.
to still do every fucking thing I can. I did this School of Hard Rock in Detroit, performed the Hard Rock Cafe. And that was the
Oh, that's
only
crazy.
year I took choir off of school because the choir teacher tried to put me in some lousy ass concert choir class with freshmen when I was a junior. I'm like, what the fuck? She didn't even give me 5 minutes to do sight reading and warm up. I'm like, this is not right. I'm leaving this class. So what I did is I left that choir class and I became an art major in high school. Did every fucking art class known to man. And then I did music outside the school at the School of Rock. So I always kept myself busy as a kid with music. I was very involved with drama and theater. I actually ran lights and everything in high school.
Oh, nice.
I helped run all the shows. So I very much have been involved with, like, I just am used to being around people and helping people and doing theatrical shit. It's just in my DNA. I was also raised by two metalheads. My mom and dad, they actually met
Okay.
at an AC/DC concert in Toledo. And I'm a product of two metalheads. So,
Nice.
uh,
Hey,
yeah. So I mean,
We're,
it kind of
we're
goes
everything
in with
here.
my
Yeah.
jam. What was that?
I said we're a little bit of everything here. We're hip hop, we're metal, we're all that above. We do got a couple comments here. Looks like Andy Sherman says, "Jew Crew, tell them what you do."
Jew Crew. That's the Jew Crew, bro. That Andy Sherman and I go back like all to the very, very beginning before I became HB the Grizzly. Now, the shit I do, bro, like right now, I've got so much shit coming. I'm gonna talk a little bit more about that later, but let's just
Sure.
kind of go back to the very beginning. HB. A lot of people wonder what the fuck HB stands for.
Right.
HB does
Yeah.
not stand for hellbound. It does not stand for hot bitch. And it does not stand for hamburger, even though I love cheeseburgers. Okay. It stands for Holly Bear. Holly Bear is the nickname
Holly
my
Bear.
mother gave me when I was a kid. Yeah.
Okay.
And when I first started doing music, I was dating another artist and he gave me some really solid advice. He's like, let's just be honest here. You've got a really cool nickname, but you need something that's going to, catch their attention. No one's going to buy an album that says Holly Bear. And I mean, if they do, they're probably expecting some Taylor Swift sounding ass woman to sing. And that's not who I am,
Right.
Um,
Right. Yeah.
so when
Gotta
I
have that
created the
edge.
name, yeah, when I created the name, I was still like in the process of building myself as an artist. And that was some really good advice that I got because it just sticks. People know HB the Grizzly. I'm pretty it's cool to go to places. I've actually went to once. I was the Puff Factory. And there was like 3 people there that were fans of mine and I'm just looking at bongs and shit for one of my friends and they're like, "HB? No way. We saw you on the Gong Show." And yeah, I won the Gong Show in 2022. That was
Oh,
great.
okay.
Yeah,
Nice.
the Juggalo Gong Show. That was an amazing experience. I just kind
Yeah.
of went out on a limb one night. I was supposed to do a show with Damian Quinn out at Carl's Tavern in Indiana, but I was given the invitation. You really need to go out there and do this, Holly. And the woman that referred me, she's a big fan of my music. She's always, or she was a huge fan of my music. I don't know where she's at now in life, but she's like, "Please, just do this for me." So I asked Damien, "Can I just do this?" He's like, "Dude, I would be upset if you didn't take that opportunity. You need to go do it." So I did that
Yeah.
shit all alone while everyone was waiting for me to perform at a venue 2.5 hours away. You know, I went to the Gong Show by myself and just did the damn thing and walked out as a winner. And I sat in that parking lot looking at those jerseys I won and that little yum yum charm that I won and just thinking to myself, looking in my review mirror, like, wow, I actually made first place on one thing in my life. I've always been the underdog. I've always been the girl that
Yeah.
was steered away from the solos and choir because I sounded too different. I was always the girl that was second choice to every guy that's ever dated me. I've always been cheated on. But for once
Oh,
in my
wow.
fucking life, I got to make first place at something. I'm number one, and I only have myself to thank for that. So I walked away with like so much pride and I was just so proud of myself, man, because I didn't think I could do something like that. And I proved to myself that I'm worth it that day. That this music, all the shit for 8 something years, the shit I've dealt with, the
Yeah.
constant, bullying that I get just because I'm a bigger woman doing shit, it's worth it.
Oh,
Because I'm
really?
out here defining shit for women that are like me, that are afraid to speak up for the same fucking reasons I'm bullied for. And like, if it's not my weight people are bullying me about, it will be my hair or it'll be the way I sound. They're going to always pick something, a part of you, because they have something in themselves that they don't like about. They don't like themselves. So you got to
Right.
like learn to just fucking overlook that shit and focus on the goal because that's ultimately, you have so much to prove to not them, but yourself. That's why you become an artist. You got to keep yourself going. And I was so tired of feeling like I didn't have purpose in life when I knew I had with all these gifts and all this
Yeah.
opportunity to just take and I needed to just fucking do it and stop making excuses. So I woke up one day and I became HB the Grizzly and I just haven't stopped since. Just
That's
haven't
killer,
stopped,
though.
man.
I mean that, and like you seem very strongly motivated, and that's definitely something, a skill that you have to possess in today's music industry. And
Definitely.
you have to be your best advocate. You have to be, the most professional you can. You have to really try to put yourself out there and your art. And you seem like a person that's really doing that right now. A lot going on. We're getting a lot of comments on here. I just want to stop real quickly and just kind of
So tell him I
like,
said, what up? I can't see anything from here,
Yup.
but
HP says what up. Looks like Paige says what up, Holly. Is
no.
that Barry Liskey? I'm terrible at last
Oh,
names,
I
but
know.
anyways,
Yeah. What up, girl? I
okay.
haven't seen you in a long. Oh, actually, saw her at the Green Genie not too long ago, so hasn't been too long. But I just love. I
Okay.
love that the community. A lot of the people that are probably in the comments are people that have seen me grow as a person, not just as an artist, but
That's
as a
amazing.
person. And it's
That's
amazing
amazing.
how, and it's not even just music. If someone has something that is worth living for, do it. Because before I started doing music, was in a very bad mindset. Didn't like myself. I was always insecure about everything. And like, dude, I wish I could go back into my 20s and slap the shit out of younger me. Because like I had it going on, man. I just didn't realize that I had it all in front of me. I just needed to believe in my fucking self. And you could be
Yeah.
your worst enemy or you could be your strongest advocate. It just is, the decision's up to you, man. And these people that are probably in the comments have seen me around during Simon's After Dark before I even became an artist, and I was just a supporter. I'd come to shows and just support, and you'd see me like always like front stage, even if there was no one fucking there, just with my phone recording the artist because I believed in every single person that stepped on that stage, any underdog, because y'all got to start somewhere. And these
Yeah.
people, like, we've all grown together. And even though some of us aren't around each other anymore, and some of us we all go our own ways, but we're all still doing the same thing. We all have a dream. And that alone is enough for us to just be supportive of one another. Because it's hard out here, dude. It's fucking difficult. And I ain't going to say that it's more difficult for females because we do have some benefits versus some of the guys. But then we also have some disadvantages too. Like being a female, I noticed it's a lot easier for you to be criticized about the way you look
Okay.
because it's a woman's job, apparently, in the music industry to be skinny, pretty, and talented. You can't be it all sometimes. Sometimes you're just talented, man. And you don't have to look like a fucking movie star. You don't have to have a six fucking pack. You're sitting there singing about things in life. You're not making it about your looks. And that's another thing about being a female in this music industry. And I talked to you about this earlier. Women need to stop deluding themselves. Like, just because you want people to like you doesn't mean you need a half naked ass perform and fucking talk about your titties. Like, people want substance. People want to hear you talk about good shit. Yeah, you could go
Yeah.
talk about good shit and be hot as fuck on stage, but own it. Own it with respect. Carry yourself with respect. And really remember that, like, as a female, you got to step up your professional game because there's a lot of motherfuckers in the hip hop and rap industry. And it's not just all females, but some women just make it harder for the ones that actually give a fuck because because that's all their gimmick is about. And I'm not saying that their
Yeah.
music
Yeah.
ain't good. It could be good as hell, but that's not what HB stands for. And that's what a lot of these women need to learn is just stop being that if that's not what you want to be. If you want to be that, be that. But if you don't want to be that, don't sell yourself out and don't set the bar so low. Like, fucking be as different as possible because it's actually benefited me in the long run. Because people actually appreciate the fact that I'm different. They appreciate that I'm not trying to rap like every girl out there. I'm fucking singing, you know? I'm singing my
Gotta dare
goddamn
to be
heart out.
different. Yeah.
And I want
Absolutely.
people to know that whether you're a female or male, because I know that it's hard for some males too. We've got benefits as females that some men don't. And then some men get benefits that some females don't. It's hard in general as an artist. So just be true to yourself. Be completely true to yourself. And don't give a fuck what people think. Take their hate and make a mockery out of it and make a song. Because that right there just shows that you're unstoppable. Like, you're fucking unstoppable. And I mean, I know that
Yeah.
Morlock Knight we've got some heavy ass hitters, bro. I mean, that
Yeah.
you heard that fucking cipher, right? Ooh, bro, we have such fire coming for next weekend. It is great.
Yeah.
I am so excited to. It's my first time actually performing in Grand Rapids.
You know, I was
So,
going to ask you if you'd ever been
yeah.
into Grand Rapids or ever performed at the intersection. You know, it's a world famous venue. I mean, it's there's 4 clubs now inside of it. I used to tour there a long time ago, and back then there was only 2 rooms. They had the largest room, and then what's known as the Stash now, where we'll be playing this Saturday. But they've
Okay.
got two other smaller clubs inside of there now. The intersection is definitely where it's at, and I know Grand Rapids is really excited to have you coming live this Saturday.
Yes,
Um,
I'm
you know,
so thrilled because I'm originally from Muskegon, Michigan.
oh
And
wow, okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah, I
Shout
moved
out
here
to
in
the Muskegon crew.
2009. Say what? Say what?
Shout out to the Muskegon crew. You know,
Yeah,
they'll
shout
support
out to
us out
Ski
that
Town.
way.
Ski Town. Now, people would talk about like Detroit being rough, but when you go to Muskegon, it may be a smaller area, but it's a lot like Detroit. There's so much Detroit
Yeah.
and Muskegon. They actually started calling it Little Detroit because the Muskegon Heights area. There's shootings every fucking day. Like, I came
Wow.
from a pretty rough, like redneck side of town, the North Muskegon area. And I remember, man, I remember because my mom was a single mom of 3. We would get donations from my school for food. I grew up on powdered milk. And my mom told me, Holly, you make sure you stand on your own 2 feet one day so you never have to experience what your mom is going through. And what she meant by that is if you get fucking married, you be careful of who you fucking marry and be careful of who you have fucking kids with. And she's like, also, you got to get your shit together before you get with someone. You need to love yourself and do what you love to do first in life before you have a kid and a family because you're going to miss out on all the good things. So here I am, 31 years old, no children. I did lose a cat of 19 years on December 19th, and that was my child. But that
Yeah, we
cat,
saw that. Really
yeah,
sorry to hear about that.
it was a very
Yeah.
hard time of my life, man. But like one thing that that animal also taught me is that you gotta love and let go, you know, because
Yeah.
life has to keep moving for you. I still had to get up the next day and go to work. I still had to go and pay my bills. I still had to choke back tears and still do business because that is what an adult does, and that's what you got to do if you truly love what you do. Blood, sweat, and tears, everything. You can't let any of that stuff, even if it's hard, get in the way of the things you need. I lost all my grandparents, never talked about it on Facebook. I lost my stepbrother from a blood clot, never talked about it on Facebook.
Oh
I lost my
wow.
firstborn nephew, never talked about it on Facebook. And I also lost twins a year ago and never talked about it on Facebook. Because as an artist, you got to learn how to separate the personal from the business. And even though you want people to feel for you, put it into your music, put it into your craft. Because sometimes, even just talking about it, people will use something against you. Turn it into a craft where it's going to heal you, you know?
Yeah.
And I've learned, you can't be talking about the shit that hurts you most to everybody because so many people will use your pain as a way for gossip or for just their own like fun. It's not fun when you're in pain and people are talking about your shit and your expense. Like just stay private about your life as a professional. That's one thing I've learned too. The more open you are about things that you're going through, the more people think that they have access to your life. And you can't do that if you're trying to be a professional and a big artist because you can't have people know the deep details of your shit. You got to learn how to have some privacy in your life and
You got to
keep
have that
your
fine
laundry
line,
off.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a
absolutely.
very fine line, very fine line. And there's some of these young girls that are in the game that I'm trying to educate because I remember being like that. I remember being very impulsive with my words. And I remember being just insane, dude, just absolutely insane because I let my emotions get the best of me. But what was it really doing? It wasn't doing anything for me but making me look bad. Like you got to learn how to channel that and put it somewhere else. That's one of another bit of advice that I want to give to every artist out there because there seems to be a lot of gatekeeping and a lot of drama, like unbelievable amounts. Like my boyfriend, he comes from the metal scene. So when he got
Okay.
involved with the Juggalo scene, he's like, holy shit. Like I've been around drama, but there is no drama like Juggalo drama. That is unbelievable how much fucking drama is in the Juggalo world. I'm like, you know why? It's because no one has a life. Like if you're
Yeah.
too busy doing your own thing and you're too fucking preoccupied, you don't know what's going on online. You don't care. You're too fucking busy to care.
Yeah.
Why do you give a fuck about what other people's lives, what's going on with their, why do you give a fuck about who's fucking who or doing what? Like, why? Yeah, like I
Yeah.
understand someone's bad for the community, take them out of here, but we don't need to put a whole show on. Like, it's just, we gotten out of hand, man. So I literally mind my fucking business. I work 6 days a week, have one day off, and I spend that one day just focusing on everything. And with all the shit that I've been doing, like the 6 days a week, it's all worth it because I'm putting money and plans together right now for my first fucking tour. First ever tour, bro.
That
And
nice.
yeah, it's very exciting. I'm not going to give too much detail as to when it's going to start or who's going to be on it, but yes, I will be headlining my first tour. And things are in motion right now for it's going to be a two-part tour too. It's going to be Midwest and Southwest.
So
And
you
I
dropping
finally
that news
got,
right now? You're
say
dropping that
what?
news right now. You're dropping that news right now on the broadcast, letting everybody
Sure
know you're
am.
going on tour this year. Hell yeah, that's
Yeah.
what's up, man.
If you want, you'll
That's
see
what's
me in your
up.
area code, or you can come see me. It's gonna start. Hopefully, we're still figuring out things for Wisconsin, but hopefully, we're gonna do a big C type and end in Detroit, on the Midwest, and then same thing start. It's gonna start in like California, make its way through Colorado, Arizona, and then Texas. So we're working our way, trying to get part two together. But part one, it's like things are locked in, and I'm so damn excited for this because like I've been on tour before with Razakel because Shrunken Head Entertainment
Oh
obviously is
yeah.
what I represent. Razakel. Yep.
Okay. Shout out to
My
Raza
team.
Kelly. Oh
Yes,
yeah,
and
I
I've
know
been
who
with
she is.
Razzie for a long time. She's definitely helped me a lot. She brought me under her wing and taught me a shit ton. But I am Shrunken Head Entertainment, so this is gonna be my first like just HB the Grizzly tour, and I'm gonna be able to put Shrunken Head on the bottom of the flyer and show everyone who the fuck I am in other areas I've never been to. I've never been to California. I've never
That's
been to those
awesome.
places. You know, it's exciting because
Yeah.
I've never even been there for a vacay. I've never even been there to vacay. So good opportunity. I got connected with a really nice dude that's now managing me, and he's out in California. So things are
Okay.
going well. And even though
Yeah.
it's sad to see a door close, it's even more beautiful to see another one open, you know? Because right when I felt like, you know, all hope was lost, someone came to me and they're like, you know what? You deserve so much more. You know, we've been
That's good.
watching you for
Yeah.
a very long time, Holly. You've been doing this. I was around during the footwork days, and you remember those days. I know you remember those days.
Oh yeah,
Before
I've been around
COVID,
a long time.
that's it is hard. I feel really bad for
Yeah.
artists that are starting right now because they don't have that advantage that I did when before COVID, where I could do shows, pass out flyers, do footwork, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I was around
Yeah.
during that era. I was building during that era before COVID. And now these artists, they have to rely solely on digital media and their followings through the socials and platforms. And that can be very fucking stressful, you know.
Completely different industry.
It is
Absolutely.
100
It
fucking percent,
was.
man.
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I really do feel because it does take a little bit more effort nowadays because some people back then they don't understand. Like, yeah, you got a good following, but you had it good back then because people were buying physical CDs. They were passing out physical flyers, you know. I had that
Yeah.
advantage. I had that advantage before COVID hit. And a lot of people don't realize, but us artists do. There's a huge change in how music is done now after COVID.
Hmm.
It's like I had to reprogram myself after
Yeah.
COVID. And during COVID though, I still managed to do my shit. Now, for those that know me, I'm actually an esthetician and I work at a spa. So I do skincare and
Oh, okay.
facials. So I'm slaving over people's bodies every single day. So it's
Get somebody
exhausting, you
new every
know,
day,
they're
eh?
massaging and shit. And then I managed to find the time to still go drive 2 something hours to perform a show after working all day on people and then drive all the way home. And I did that. Well, during COVID, when the spas closed down, and this is back when Cody Manson was doing his shit everywhere.
Okay.
I don't know if you know Cody Manson. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cody Manson, I did do some shows and stuff with him. I know that he's got a whole different direction as to what he's doing now, but good for him though. You know, good for him and stuff. I just know that when I first started doing stuff with Cody, that's when like shit was really popping off because there was nothing to fucking do. Like if people saw a fucking show, they're like, yeah, let's go, man. It's a show, you know? But during COVID, I had that advantage too, because I got to live out of my car like a gypsy and travel and do music while the spas were closed down. So I did get some unemployment that helped me along the way, but I also kind of had to live in my car because my stepfather had cancer and I was living with my mom at the time. So I couldn't even come home because me being at a bar performing, I could bring it home to him and kill him, you know, because of his immune system being so depleted. So I had to live out of my car for like a year and a half. It was rough.
Sounds like you've been through a lot, you know, and you know, pressure creates diamonds, and you certainly have. You've been through the ringer. We want to say thank you to everybody that's commenting right now. We see all you guys.
Tell them I love them. Tell them all that I love the shit out of them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for tuning in.
For tuning into the broadcast. You know, we want to remind everybody that we're going to be giving away a pair of tickets to Morlock Night. We got 2 tickets right here to see HMR the Grizzly, to see Double Homicide, to see the Siamese Goat God, to see many, many more this Saturday live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. What we need you guys to do is start commenting numbers between 1 and 100. And we're going to have HB the Grizzly. She's going to choose a number between 1 and 100 here in just a few moments. And whoever's closest or whoever gets that number exactly right is going to win this pair of tickets right here to Morlock Night in Grand Rapids, Michigan, live this Saturday. So you guys go ahead and start commenting your numbers. We'd like to play another song of HB the Grizzlies. This song is going to be called On the Count. So we're going to hang out. We're going to play this track, and then we're going to come right back with more from HB the Grizzly. So stick around. Here's On the Count. We'll be right back.
Like put butter and mashed potatoes, baby.
Cracking in this bitch. You're irrelevant, trying to do me and you always want to hit. And it's funny shit, running your mouth, so full of it. And I'm out here living the dream that you couldn't get. Bitch, every day was something, suck my energy, drain fatigue, what you want from me. All I see is a bitch and not a king. Try to run game, all up on me. Go dispose of another one and go run your mommy, go burn every bridge you have on the count of 3. I'm coming in, let me get it, cracking in this bitch. You're irrelevant, trying to do me and you always wanna hit. And it's funny shit, running your mouth, so full of it. And I'm out here living the dream that you couldn't get. Bitch, locking me in when I go hide. You are no friend of mine. I used to be a ride or die. What a laugh, get in my face one more fucking time and go run with your lies. Buy your likes on Spotify. A vision and mishap, Stockholm. I was in a trap with your bitch ass, with your mama rap. No one listen to that. Boundaries you couldn't grasp. As I laugh, you wanted what I have, and you're upset. No longer your doormat, and it's pretty sad. On the count of 3, you can't take back what you said. On the count of 3, I removed you from the map, from the map. I'm coming in, let me get it, cracking in this bitch. You're irrelevant, trying to do me and you always wanna hit. And it's funny shit, running
butter and mashed potatoes, baby. Put butter and mashed potatoes, baby. Put butter and mashed potatoes, baby. Put butter and
Look his
All right,
badass.
all right.
What up?
And
We're
welcome back to the Hood Metal Records live stream broadcast. That was HB the Grizzly with On the Count. Definitely love that song. Talk to me about On the Count. You know, is there any kind of special meaning behind that song?
Let me sit back and talk to you about that one.
Yeah, get comfortable, girl. Go ahead, do your thing.
Let me tell you about that one. It's low key about somebody that really fucking did me wrong. So,
Okay.
I was with someone that was very toxic for like 3 years, and this is the guy I lost the twins with.
Oh,
He was very verbally abusive. Like, even though he didn't like physically hit me, like, I will never go around and say that that man hurt me physically, but he did some stuff that was very terrifying to me. Like, I had to lock myself in rooms to separate myself from him, and he would bust down the door. One
oh my God.
night I had to get my cat and my dog out of the house and stay in my friend Kara Bunker's driveway, her mom's house, just because I couldn't be around him being drunk and outraged. Like, there's also a time where I tried to run away. Like, he busted down the door and I ran out around him, got away, got in my car, and he chased after me in his car and ended up getting a ticket for speeding. So,
Oh my
and having
God.
an open container, he had a beer can in his car. So, yeah, I'm in the process of trying to talk to an advocate and stuff about my situation, because he still is third party contacting me. And the Jeff Hunters group, I've actually contacted them because I was name dropped in that group on one of the guys that was blasted. His name's Nick Kukowski. He's really close with my ex. He's
Okay.
going around saying that I owed my ex $4,000. That's absolutely a lie. I could slap all the receipts in anyone's face. I paid my ex's bills. They were in his name. And
Okay.
I was
Okay.
verbally abused and trying to get out of that situation for almost 3 fucking years, dude. So when we first got on our first date, we went to Taco Bell. And we got little sauce packages and we would pass them back and forth and talk. So when it came to me leaving that house, and I won't fucking deny this, he deserved it. Like, this man even had his mother verbally abusing me, man. Like, and I'm not going to
Oh,
name drop
wow.
his name either, because he is that crappy. Like, his mom is a millionaire and she will try to come after me if I were to bring his name up. So I'm just going to leave him nameless, but those that know him know what he did to me. I left the last month's bills on the table. I even switched the email over to his email so that he could pay the water bill. I made sure that, and I made a password for him and everything. Wrote it on the paper at the top. I took rose petals, sprinkled them around the fucking bills, and took a sauce packet from Taco Bell that says on the count of 3. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, I'm gone. Bye. And I'm no longer your problem like you make it out to be. Because he was my problem, bro. He was very toxic. So evil. So, like, I mean, I wish the best for him. I really do, because I loved his children. And I think that's why I stuck around as long as I did. Because I loved his kids. I didn't like him. He would drink and just act an asshole. And he would be mean. And he would scream. And I'm just not one to be treated like that. So I made a song about
Nobody
it.
should, you know?
I
Yeah,
had like,
right.
yeah, dude, my friend Kara, she's such a solid friend. She showed up 6 cars deep, bro. 6 cars deep. And then my old friend Erica, she was the one that drove this shitty ass U-Haul for me to fucking get to my new house. Like, it took so many people to get me out of that situation. And I'm always going to be grateful for those people, even if we're not a part of each other's life. Like, I'm always going to be grateful for them helping me. Because one of the people that did help me that day associates with that Nick guy now and is evil. He's just a bad person now. But like, that doesn't change the fact that he did something nice for me. You know, I don't like him as a person, but he still helped me get out of a very abusive situation, helping me move. And I will always
Well,
be
sounds
grateful for
like
anyone for doing that, because that was a very tough time for me, because I pride myself on being a strong woman. I pride myself on being like, don't put up with anyone's shit. Don't let anyone treat you however. But here I was getting verbally abused every night. Like, all because I didn't want to sleep in the same bed with him because he snored loud, or I just didn't want to hang out with him anymore because I didn't like his energy. I just didn't like him as a person. And I found out some really fucked up things about him when I just lived with him. I was like too far deep. I was already living with him. And he told me, "Oh yeah, my little sister doesn't talk to me and doesn't talk to the family really." I'm like, "Why?" And he's like, "Well, she goes around saying things about what I did to her as a kid and I never did it." And I'm like, "Whoa." And now I'm living in a house with someone that has those weird accusations on him. That made me fucking uncomfortable, bro. I was so uncomfortable for years living in that house. I was in my own hell. So on the
I
count of
can't
three,
imagine.
that shit dug deep, because
Yeah.
I wanted my life to just be at peace like butter and mashed potatoes, baby. I wanted to be smooth as butter and mashed potatoes. But you coming in and you're ruining my swag, you're ruining my vibe. And anytime I wanted to do something, he wanted to hitch a ride, bro. Like, he wanted to be an artist too. And every time I'd get an opportunity, like for instance, I got on the float. He was going around telling people he got on the float too. You don't go and do that. You look like an idiot. You look like a
Yeah.
moron. Don't do that. You make me look bad. Why are you fucking saying that? Like, he made an ass of himself in any social situation because he would drink like a moron. He was just an alcoholic. And I honestly kicked myself in the ass because I should have. Yeah, like my girl, the perp, is like, yeah, he's a douche.
Well, you know what
Like,
though?
he's
It
just a
sounds like
douche. He's just a
sounds like
bad
you
person to me, man.
overcame.
I
Yeah.
really, I want that song to just be like also for not me, but other people, not just females, that have been with fucking psychos. Like, I know I'm crazy, but you got to be really crazy for my crazy to call you crazy, dude. Like, you got to be fucking nuts then,
The
dude.
right kind of
Like,
crazy, right?
like if I think
Yeah.
you're crazy, you got to be fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like that song really dug deep. And when I came up with it, oh my God, everyone's like, God, that's a fucking banger, HB.
Oh yeah.
And they wanted me to perform it at the gathering, but I'm like, no, let's not.
Let's
Let's
well let's talk
not.
about the gathering actually
Hell
because
yeah.
before we mention that looks like Travis just commented he's from Double Homicide. He just said about to drive home in this blizzard. LOL. Much love though, y'all, and see you Saturday. We will
See you
see you
soon, bro.
Saturday. We will see you Saturday, man. We are very honored. You know, Morlock Records. Shout out to all of those guys and gal for what you guys do, bringing
Yes.
excellent artists. So HB the Grizzly was on the Gathering this past August, and she opened the main stage. Talk to me about that experience. We actually have a live clip that we're going to play here in just a brief moment, but talk to me about, you know, how did you get on the Gathering? How did that all come about? How did you get on the main stage? And tell me about that whole experience.
Well, I had my experience on the Nightmare stage in 22 because I won the Gong Show. But
Okay.
originally I inquired for the Gathering because someone that I used to be close with really wanted the opportunity. And I will always love her with all my heart, dude. Like, I will always think of her as like, if she were to call me right now and say, I need you, I'm there. I'm just so heartbroken because, you know, when they say don't mix business and friendships, it
Hmm.
came down to me having to have to make a very, very hard decision. And I was really upset. We were upset with each other, and I still have to talk to her about it. I've been going through some of my own stuff, and it was really difficult, man. I inquired to the Gathering because I wanted her to have that experience because she's an amazing singer and she fucking one hell of a spitter. And I'm like, dude, we got to get you out there. I want to help you. I inquired. I talked on the phone for like an hour with Rob's girlfriend too, and just talked about things. And I met her at the Gong Show in 22. So like we already knew each other. Um,
Okay.
but anyways, I was like, you really gotta we gotta try to get her out there too. So let's try to do, if we can, just HB the Grizzly with special guest.
Mhm.
And they said either HB the Grizzly, because when they passed, they sent me back the email. They said you could do HB the Grizzly or you guys could choose a group name. But then I decided we can't really do a group name because I've got a group project named Desmona with Lilith the Sinful. So I'm like, I can't do a group project because then people are going to think that this is Desmona and that's not it, you know? So I'm like, well, fuck, what are we going to do? Well, I wanted to put her as a special guest because I wanted her to still stand out as an individual. So, like we made one hell of a fucking intro. I had her originally was supposed to be the second song of the set. And then we had like a 5-minute collaboration, which I had to replace with 2 of my songs. But dude, above all the bullshit that happened, I just felt like when it came down to show day, I really didn't have anyone. No one had my back. Like I had a manager at that time that wasn't even being a friend to me, not even checking on me like, hey, is there anything I can do? Anything I can help you with? And there's only so much that she could have done because she doesn't know. This is her first gathering. She doesn't understand. It's a lot of
Right.
fucking stress. And it's the first
Yeah.
fucking day. And when you have a merch person that has never done merch before, which was my boyfriend, you have to be there early enough to also show him how to do merch, set up the table, and be there and coach him how to do it so that you can leave the table comfortably so that you can get ready for main stage. And I didn't even have a fucking hotel room.
Yeah.
I was under a lot of fucking stress. And there's a lot that goes into it. And honestly, I feel like that should have stayed between us. Yes, we were mad with each other. Yes, I said some shit because I was upset with her. But I would never do someone dirty that I bought a 12'8" by banner for my birthday. That was the only birthday gift I wanted. And my whole family went in to get us a big banner of both of us. You know, like I spent my whole fucking birthday gift on that, man. So that's love. And I will still stand here while people spit venom at me and just show love, because at the end of the fucking day, I would have never done the things I've done if I didn't love somebody, if I didn't care about them. So it just got way out of fucking hand. It got to a point where people were saying one thing and trying to actually create more shit for us. Like there was some drama where I was blocked and then I was getting threatened to get my ass kicked. And I'm like, what? Like, what? I mean, honestly, if she did feel that way, she should just shown up at my house and we could talk it out, brawl it out, man. But I'm not one to fight somebody, because especially somebody I deeply care about and I would never want to bring harm to. You know, it really hurt, bro. It's okay to fight as friends, but when everyone fucking gets involved, it becomes an issue, and it became an underground fucking like story. It didn't have to. It's even, you know, like there was interview where she said stuff about me, and that hurt, bro, because I would never conspire against somebody that I worked with for 6 months. And I would definitely want to put myself through everything that I did if I didn't love her. So there was a lot of miscommunication, and I was really hurt and upset. And I wish her the best, because she's, like I said, fucking talented as shit. She actually came from the metal scene, and she's really fucking talented. And I'm not going to name drop because I'm not that type of person, but I hope that if she does hear this, that I still fucking love you and I wish the best for you, dude. I want you to be successful. And I always will stick by that. I'm always going to be solid with my word when it comes to that. But when it came down to show day, I just felt so alone. I didn't have anyone to have my back. I had to have my back because I was the one carrying my banners backstage alone. I was the one assembling my banners alone. Meanwhile, I'm getting people yelling at me saying I'm on some superstar shit. Like, is it really superstar to walk behind backstage and do it all on your own? Really? Fuck you guys, man. I didn't even have to do this shit. I didn't even have to. I had my experience of the gathering, and I was very, very proud of it. The 2002, wonderful experience on Nightmare Stage. And I was almost like, you know, I'm doing this for her. I'm doing this for her. But it didn't seem like anyone had my back. I was the one trying to plan everything and do it all. It was overwhelming. She didn't know how she was going to make it from one stage to the next, because she was performing another set at 5 o'clock, and then she had to make it to main stage. And then I had the guys that work main stage telling me, you need to be checked in an hour beforehand, all of you. And that was a lot of pressure on me. Like, what am I supposed to fucking do, you know? Like,
Yeah.
I was
Well, I
stuck in
gotta
a
tell
rock
you
and a
though.
hard place, man. And when she came up to me singing, like, I think there's one of her favorite songs to sing with me, because we would share sets. We actually would do like back-to-back sets, because like I knew her. Well, her shit, she could spit like mad fire. I couldn't always catch up with her. But I knew like her like choruses and shit, and she knew my words and my songs, and it was very hard. And it's still very hard, because I miss that bitch every fucking day. That was like my best friend, man. But it became like where I had to look out for me, because no one was looking out for me. I didn't feel like anyone had my back. I was begging people to take her to the gathering, because she didn't know how she's going to get there. I was trying to figure out how she's going to make it from one stage to the next. So I'm doing all this. And then I have to train people how to set up a merch table. I have to pay someone else to watch my boyfriend and help him with merch while I didn't even have a hotel room. I had to drive all the way to Planet Fitness, get fucking ready. I actually saw a lady there. I think I saw a lady there getting ready. And
Shout out to Lady at
that's
Morlock Records.
shout out to
Y'all
the
know who she
homies,
is.
dude. I love
Yep.
them. I think
Yep.
it was her, or I don't know. I think it was somebody. I don't know. I had like sun poisoning, bro. I was sick. I was really fucking sick when I performed. That's another thing. I had heat stroke 100%.
Wow. Well, I'll tell
100%.
you something,
It's
HB,
bad.
like, that video we're gonna play here right now, like, you can't even tell that you were going through all of that. I mean, your performance
Bro,
was
I was so
high
proud of that.
energy.
Seeing
Yeah,
everyone out there and seeing people walk towards me. I had a lot of people, and like meeting
yeah,
people's children that loved my music. That was cool. I was like
yeah.
shaking hands with kids that were inspired. That's fucking awesome, you know? So
It's,
yes, it was an experience. And like I said, even though there was a lot that came with it, it's definitely one of those experiences that you always should look up and be like, I am so proud and happy that I did that. And everyone should be given that opportunity to be so proud of themselves, you know? Let's show them this shit. I'd love to see it myself.
yeah, yeah. So you know what? I mean, like, thank you for sharing all of that, because it's kind of like the story behind the music. We're about to watch this video, and a lot of the stuff that you just spoke about, I mean, I had no personal idea that any of that was going on
Now, a
whatsoever.
lot of people did. A lot of people did, and I didn't even
You
know a
didn't
lot of people did, but it
you
became
didn't let
public
any of it
knowledge.
show. You handled it like a boss. Do you think that was one of the largest crowds you've ever performed in front of?
Honestly, I mean, like I said, I was a ballet dancer, and I performed in some serious crowds. Like one time, I was a company dancer, had a solo, and I danced in front of like 1,000+ people.
Oh, wow. All
So
right.
that was dancing. But
Yeah.
singing, yeah, singing and dancing in front of the family. I mean, even though people weren't at that stage, there are people sitting in their camp chairs hearing me. So I knew I
Okay.
performed to like the whole campground. I'm loud as fuck. So people don't need to even move to hear me perform. So
Well, I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and, the wait is over. Let's go ahead and play this clip. This is HB the Grizzly live at the gathering put on by the Insane Clown Posse. She was main stage, the opening act. So let's go ahead and we're going to play this video, and we'll be right back. Stick around. All right, all right. Welcome back, y'all. And if you're just now joining us, I'm here with HB Grizzly. We just checked out some live video footage of her performance at the gathering. I'll tell you, you killed it. You killed it up there, girl. You definitely got your energy. What
Thank you.
inspired your look for that evening, for that show?
Actually, that was part me and my friend that was going to be on my set's idea because she wanted to do some like really mystic shit because like witchy. Because
Yeah.
we started with I Put a Spell on You. And we
Uh-huh.
were originally I was going to get a jersey made, but the jersey colors that we originally had planned wouldn't have shown up on time because hers would have been custom being her colors and it wouldn't have shown up on time for the gathering. So we're like, fuck, we can't do that. So we found this like really cool outfit and headpiece, and it was actually a part also her idea too. So I mean the look was great. I personally would have chose more of a jersey to perform it, but I still thought the aesthetic was cool. I had a lot of people compliment the look.
Yeah.
um
Yeah.
my headpiece, actually halfway through the set you'll see it get caught in my hair and I rip it off and I throw it to the crowd.
Sometimes
Like,
things happen, you know, you
I
just
was
gotta
like,
go
fuck
with it.
this,
Like,
I can't deal with this right
yep,
now, rip it out. And
yeah.
I just remember getting off the stage and the guys backstage were like, hell yeah, dude, that was
Hell
the
yeah.
shit. They're like, God damn, that was the shit. I was like, thanks. And then
Yeah.
walking backstage, I'm like holding my rib, like having like a fucking side ache, trying to breathe. And I just
Yeah.
remember like turning my head going down the stairs and I just see Kyle Combs and the boys at Clockwork E and SON all running up because they're about to jump on stage too. And they're like, what up? You killed that shit, homie. And I'm like, got greeted with hugs. It was great. But I just remember hyperventilating, trying to get air. And I just like slowly like walked myself with my banners to the thing of water and just breathed very heavy. Just
That
so
sigh of
hot
relief,
on
like,
that
oh.
stage, bro. During the day ain't no joke, bro. And like bears don't do well in the heat. Like, we just
I bet it's
don't,
hot as
man.
shit out that day, you know?
Dude,
Yeah.
I was having heat stroke like for the rest of the day. I was lightheaded, seeing colors, but it was so worth it, man. It's
Yeah.
honestly so worth it because when you get on that stage and you hear the sound, and anyone that's ever been in theater or has ever been on a stage, they appreciate good sound. They can tell
Oh, yeah.
the acoustics of things. They can tell where
Yeah.
sound bounces off. What a wonderful fucking stage to perform. You can hear everything, dude. Everything. And
Yeah.
yeah, the weather sucked, but you can't control the weather. At least the stage guys, they did a great job. All very nice guys too. Everyone that worked that I met that was in the staff, very sweet, very awesome.
Okay.
So not
We
only
can
just a
do it
good
again.
experience for me, but my buddy also brought trying to remember, you know, Silva, right? The yeah, is it Little Silva now or is it Young Silva? Because he started a new one. Well, he brought him to the show. I'm like, yes, bring the roll of duct tape that everyone loves, like the big ball of duct tape. Do you know about that? Are you in the Juggalo world to know anything about that?
Well, I am, but I guess I haven't seen that one, no.
No, like there's they have these big balls of and everyone just adds to it at the gathering, just duct tape, and it just gets bigger and bigger every year. And he
Oh,
started one
funny.
off, and I remember it was just a little baby, and brought it to my set, and I'm like, oh, and now I see it, I'm like, damn, that thing's so big, you need a wagon to carry it. But he brings it to all the shows, man. That thing has been to more shows than I have.
You know,
But
speaking of the
yeah,
gathering, like, what was the craziest thing that you personally witnessed at the gathering?
which year?
Well, how about each year, you know, or just, you know, is there something that
Okay,
tops one year
let me
from the
go back
other?
to like I mean, all the years have been really fucking crazy that I've been there, but I remember back in 2015, um, I really wish I knew who this juggler was, but I really give it to him. He put a poblano pepper up his asshole because he spun the wheel, and then he ate it afterwards. Yeah. Never spin the wheel. Never get a free beer. You know there's a catch. Never do it. I I remember witnessing a gangbang. Okay, you know Enoch and Cartooner on the show, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
They
Shout
were
out to
at
Enoch,
they were
yeah,
at
yeah.
we're at our buddy Bam Bam Voodoo Child's set at the pirate ship, just this gathering, and
Yeah.
there's just this chick, like, just fucking this guy. She just walked up to this guy and they just started fucking during Bam's set. And I think there's a picture of Cartoon and Enoch
I
with,
did
like,
see
just
them
doing this
posing,
while they're
like,
in the back.
yeah, I did see that. That's
Yeah,
hilarious. I mean, I
dude.
know there's all kinds of wild stuff that goes on,
Dude,
so that's
that's very
very good.
minuscule. I've also saw there was a barbed wire trampoline put together next to my campsite this year, where they replaced the
wow.
trampoline and just put barbed wire. So there's a lot of
Love the rowdy. They're
fatality this year.
hardcore.
No, it was the year of the horror course. There was a lot of blood this year. And Bloody
Yeah.
Mania, all that shit. Dude, the wrestling, I think that was my favorite fucking thing this year. The events, out of all the events, wrestling. The wrestling event was off the fucking hook, dude.
They
Whoever
always
wasn't
got cool
awake for the
wrestling,
fucking
yeah.
wrestling was a chode. You missed out on a really fucking good match. Like, all the matches, all of it was good. I just remember floating, just so stoned, and I was drinking Jaeger all day. So I had, like, heat stroke, Jaeger in my system, and smoking weed, and I'm just watching people fuck themselves up, dude. Wonderful gathering, dude. And every time I come home, it's always like people asking me, "What did you see that's new?" I'm like, "Oh, just the typical Juggalo shit." I remember
But
one
you
year
play
there was
it
a
off
lady.
like it's so minimal, you know what I mean? But it's
Yeah,
really like a lot,
it is so minimal because, like, I mean, one year, and it wasn't even a surprise to me. I saw the lady year prior. She's naked and she has her dog walk her. Like, she has a collar around her neck that attaches to her dog, and she's naked and has her dog walking her.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, you
That's
can
just
see it all
Juggalo
there, I'm
shit.
sure,
Not all, not all of them are weird, but some of them are just
Yeah.
very much, they live in their truth, and that's fine. Be yourself, as long as you ain't harming anybody, fucking anybody up or screwing them over, because that's true family right here. We accept you for being weird. As long as you ain't no pedo or fucking wife or woman beater. Yep. You
Yep.
good, bro. You can get walked in naked if you want to be, it's the gathering.
Hey, so we wanna say we really appreciate your time and thank you so very much for coming on the live stream
Yeah.
and talking with us and all that. We got these tickets right here for the Morlock night, and we've had a couple people commenting some numbers and stuff. We're gonna check the broadcast after it concludes because we're on YouTube Live and Facebook, so we want to make sure that we review everything, make sure that whoever guessed that wins these tickets and we get a hold of them. So HB the Grizzly, that number between 1 and 100, what's the number you got for us?
I'm going to go with my lucky number 21.
Okay, cool. Well, there you guys have it, number 21. So we will review the comments. Whoever's got 21 or whoever's the closest, you're going to win this pair of tickets to this Saturday night show and see HB the Grizzly. And see many more. Knowledge to MC is there. Like we said, Siamese Goat Guys, which is Enoch Ex Mortis, Cartoon Bondurant. They're going to be there. What a star-studded, stacked lineup we have.
Dude,
Just
I mean,
awesome.
I'm telling y'all, if you ain't making the show, you're missing out. Like,
Big time.
seriously, heavy ass hitters, dude. Heavy.
Very looking forward to getting to perform with you. And no, we want to say thank you very much. Was there anything else that you wanted to announce or that you wanted to cover? You talked about, you're going on tour.
I am putting together the
anything
tour. So I will be having a stop in Detroit for sure and Dayton, Ohio at a dab bar. So it's
Oh,
gonna be fucking fresh. More
cool.
information's coming as to the other two stops soon. But it's like I said, I'm very excited for this year. I've got different plans in motion. And of course, as far as my team Shrunken Head Entertainment, we're gonna keep the ball rolling because we always do. And everyone on my team is a badass. They all fucking I mean, if you haven't checked Shrunken Head, you're missing out. A lot of heavy ass hitters on my team. My girl Lilith the Sinful Desmona, we're gonna be coming out with more work as far as our group project soon. So, and
Okay.
I definitely will be involving Lilith on the second part of the tour because that's my sister and she is so fucking talented too, dude. So I just want to put it's time for us females to get out there. You know, I
Amen
see a
to that.
lot of
Power
great,
to y'all.
and it's like, and it's nothing like, it's not like a mean girls thing or like feminist thing. It's just because I'm gonna have dudes on my show too, of course, but I want to help women get their experience, you know, get their, you know, also get to meet other fellow females that love doing what they do, that we all can just kind of come together as a unity. Like, you know, it's hard enough out here. And I don't see
Yeah.
enough females on shows. I hate to say it, but there's a lot of hidden talent in here in Michigan, and I don't think enough women get put on.
Well, you
And I
need to
think
keep,
that it's time.
yep, keep fighting for it. Keep being
Yeah.
that voice and being that advocate. And I mean, you're making waves right now. You just keep on doing what you're doing. I wish you all the best of success in the world
Thank you.
on your upcoming tour and all your adventures. Touring is everything to me. And I'm so excited for you, HB. We want to make
Thank
sure
you.
that yeah, we want to make sure that everybody can find you and follow you. So we want to go ahead and get that graphic up of your link so that everybody can stay in touch. You can find HB the Grizzly at her official website, which is very sharp. I highly recommend all of you guys check it out. Very professional. It's www.hbthegrizzly.com. She's right here on Facebook as well too, at facebook.com/HBGrizz. And you can find her at HB the Grizzly on TikTok that we have back now. That
Oh
was for
God.
only 5 or 12 hours or something like that we went without.
Oh
Um,
God.
right. And Instagram as well too at HB the Grizzly. She's on YouTube with some music videos and songs as well too. And you can stream her music on Apple Music and Spotify. So thank you. And we looks like we got a comment from Draven Belmont says hashtag Team She tear it up
Shrunken Head
Saturday.
Entertainment,
HB.
baby, all
Yep.
day. Team
Yep.
She. Yeah, bitch.
Kayla Johnson says love you HB the Grizzly.
Love you, girl.
Yeah,
That's
you're
the
getting a
fucking
lot of
fam.
love tonight. We appreciate all of you guys tapping into our live stream broadcast. You know, we use this as to kind of, you know, promote kind of a little bit of what we've had going on, but also we love getting to interview and interact with some of today's hottest upcoming artists. And it's my pleasure to have HB the Grizzly on the show. Thank you so much for joining us. And
Thank
do you
you.
have
And
any
an
final?
honor.
Yeah, I'm so looking forward to rocking with you on Saturday. Like, do you have any final thoughts, any final shout outs, anything like that you want to say before we
Um,
wrap up this portion?
I think the only thing I can say to anybody that's still here with me right now, just fucking keep living, man. Don't let anything stop your grind. Shit's gonna be thrown in your, like, you're gonna be given curveballs all the time. Just learn how to maneuver. You're gonna be fine. And just support those and try always to just level up every single day. Like, set the bar high for yourself and be also good and graceful to yourself because it's hard enough, you know? So
Yeah,
just have a nice, healthy medium and be good to yourself, you know? That's
that
all I got to say.
sounds like a great plan. You know, sounds like what you
Yeah.
got to do. Well, thank you so very much for your time, and we look forward to everything that you're going to bring to Grand Rapids Live this Saturday at the intersection. And you know, thanks for your time. You have a great night, and thanks for checking in on the broadcast.
Much love, dude. I'm looking forward to chopping it up. You have a good night, and we'll be talking soon.
Much love. Thank you so much. See you very soon. All right, guys, that was HB the Grizzly, a very amazing, dope artist that we just had the pleasure of getting to interview here on the live stream broadcast. You guys go ahead and stick around and hang out. We've just got a few more final thoughts that we want to talk about the Morlock Records show. and some personal thoughts I have about the event. Wanted to share kind of some of my past history with Grand Rapids and the intersection, and then also what's next. So stick around. We've got just a little bit more. We'll be right back.
Winter blues got you down? Morlock Records presents Morlock Night at the world-famous intersection in downtown Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tickets are only $15 in advance, $20 day of the show. You can get tickets at our website at hoodmetalrecords.com.
What fuels desires? It's either rage or sex. The observations of delirium. The things we're not meant to think. Chantel Newton stars in The Malignant Fiend. Now available at hoodmetalrecords.com and anywhere audiobooks are sold.
All right, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. We had a couple hiccups at the beginning of this broadcast. Sometimes things happen with, technical issues and all that, but I'm very happy that we were able to get HB, the Grizzly, back and in the house for the live stream broadcast. What an interview we just had. So, want to talk about the Morlock Night event a little bit in Grand Rapids and just kind of, what that means to me. The Intersection's been one of my favorite clubs of all time. I've been going there for probably over the past 2 decades. I've witnessed all different kinds of shows and events, and some of my favorite bands that have come to play there. Intersection always gave me that special feeling, like they call it quote unquote made it, and it was always something that was near and dear to me. I'm very blessed to have played the intersection quite a few times in the past, but believe it or not, guys, it's actually been about 15 years almost since the very last time that I got to play the intersection. This show coming up this Saturday means more to me than you guys will ever know. I remember the very first time that I was there at the intersection. It was back in 2008. I used to be in bands as well too. I've been doing my own solo act since 2012. But one of the first bands I was in, we opened for a Detroit up and coming touring act called Critical Bill for the main stage at Intersection. And then when I joined another band, we had our own tour shows at the Intersection in the room, what's now known as the Stash. And I remember back in 2009. Here's a intersection flyer of our tour show when we were in Breach and Destroy. It was the Lunatic Tour, 2009, man. And I can't believe the tickets were only $5 back then. Like how much things have changed over the years. And that was for like a touring show. And we had a very packed room that night, man. Lot of middle fingers, a lot of horns in the air. That's what I always love to see. There's some older shots of me when I was performing at the intersection at the Stash, and we did return the following year back in 2010, and we had a little bit of a different lineup, but it was the President 2010 tour. We had our good friends Ground Effect, who now members of that band are in Fear My Reflection, who was on the broadcast, the previous episode that we did back in August for Summer of Survival. So go back a long time with all those guys. Had an amazing tour night at the intersection. Some of the very best memories and best moments I've ever had doing music. I also, at the end of 2010, which was the very last time I performed at the intersection, I played the main stage room and I opened for Mushroom Head. And so, for whatever reason, like I said, it's been almost 15 years, guys, since the last time I've played the intersection. I've still been active this whole time. I've still been traveling and touring and playing other venues and other shows and doing other things. But for whatever reason, the stars just haven't aligned. They haven't, things haven't worked out. But this Saturday, I'm coming. I'm coming harder than I've ever came for Grand Rapids. I love Grand Rapids. I love the intersection, and I will be there this Saturday. Behan and DJ Sickenly Sweet, we're coming. We're going to be with Double Homicide. We're going to be with the rest of Morlock Records. I cannot thank Morlock Records enough for giving me this opportunity, like I said earlier in the broadcast, to be able to perform at this show. They give a lot of artists a lot of opportunity. They work really hard. Their shows are high energy, and they just a lot of positive, good vibes. So they deserve a lot of credit, a lot of recognition. You guys need to make sure you check out Morlock Records. As far as the future, what's going to be going on for Behan and DJ Sickenly Sweet, we're going to have a limited show schedule this year. We're not going to be doing as much. Last year, I played more shows last year in any single year alone in the past decade. Last year was super, super busy. And, that's how I like it. But there comes a time when, you kind of have to dial back a little bit and you have to think about what's next. And that's currently what we're working on right now. We're working on another record and we want to take some time off to be able to do that. So as far as shows, I am still going to stay active and do a few this year, but it is going to be a little bit more limited. You can catch me in Grand Rapids this coming Saturday at the intersection, and also you can hit up our ticket link for Hood Metal Records if you want to support us. We've got tickets available online at hoodmetalrecords.com. And that is our official website where you can also view some of our list of services and, just kind of keep tabs on what we're up to. We have our show schedule on there. We have our past live stream broadcasts on there. And then also view like our list of services that we can provide for up and coming artists, mainly artists that are just kind of getting started, getting their feet wet, need things like, promotion, maybe their first demo recorded, a lot of those types of things. We kind of help people get going and then kind of send them off to the races. We also, as far as hoodmetalrecords.com goes, you can support us directly by checking out our official website shop. And, we've got Behan merchandise, DJ Sickenly Sweet stuff. We've got Ghoul merchandise, who has his new album coming out January 31st. Hood Metal Records swag. We also do merchandise for those in need. We have a local band that's in the area of the Kalamazoo Battle Creek area called the Gold Dollars, and we do provide some merchandise for them too. So if you're an entertainer, rapper, metal artist, musician, you're in need of merchandise, hit us up. Check us out at hoodmetalrecords.com and let's see what we can do for you. So, we love working in the industry and love being a part of everything. So as far as show announcements go, I can tell you that, like I said, I've got a limited show schedule this year because we're going to be focusing on a new album. But I will be in Detroit. I believe it's Friday, May 9th, and I'm going to be performing with Black Magic the Infidel. I'm going to be returning to, likely it's going to be Corktown Tavern again. So really excited to be able to go there. Corktown it's got mad love for us. We love coming and love that old Detroit, old school town history, man. Corktown's like the oldest neighborhood in Detroit. So, that's kind of what's going on with us. We're currently working on rescheduling our tour that we're hoping for is going to be this coming fall. So that's what's in the cards for us. So I'd like to thank my guest, HB the Grizzly, for joining us on the live stream tonight and helping us choose a number so we can give away some tickets to this upcoming weekend show. I really hope to see all you guys there. I posted earlier today that looks like the weather's going to permit. It might be, colder and shit right now and tomorrow, but we're in winter. It's January, but it's going to warm up. It's going to be nice this weekend. Travel's going to permit. Make sure you guys get to the show, man. Get to the show. We want to see you at the intersection for Morlock Night. Some awesome, amazing, talented artists that are going to be performing. Make sure you guys get to the show. If you need tickets, you can get them at sectionlive.com. You can get them from Morlock Records. You can get them from Hood Metal Records. So make sure you guys come out, be a part of this awesome, wonderful event. I thank you guys so much for all of your support and for tuning in to this broadcast. Everybody keep living and just be your best self. And let's try to get through 2025 together, and let's make this year our bitch. All right. So you guys have a great night. Thank you so very much for everybody that tuned in and commented and interact with us. We love you guys. Thank you. Signing off. Good night.